Dear Starseeds of Gaia, tonight, something ancient awakens within you. I know you feel it already, that electric current running through your spine, the heightened awareness behind your eyes, the inexplicable knowing that this moment is different from all the others. You're not imagining it. What you're experiencing right now is the leading edge of the most significant energetic transmission Earth has received since the Pisces full moon portal opened 48 hours ago. But here's what makes tonight extraordinary, beloved ones. You are not arriving to this moment unprepared. Everything that has happened to you in the past 2 days, every emotional release, every sleepless hour, every moment of inexplicable exhaustion, has been calibrating your system for what downloads through the celestial gateway tonight. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Arcturian Council and representative of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I come to you now not with warnings but with confirmation. You are exactly where you need to be. The Draconid meteor shower reaches its peak activation tonight, and what appears to be a simple astronomical event is, in truth, a precisely orchestrated light code transmission designed to unlock dormant sequences within your DNA. But before I explain the mechanics of what's happening in your energy field right now, you need to understand the larger pattern that's been unfolding. October 8th, 2025 is not a random date on your calendar. From our perspective, from the Arcturian Council, from the Federation of Light, from the higher dimensional vantage point where time is not linear but spherical, October 8th, 2025 appears as a brilliant node of light in Earth's timeline. We see the converging energy streams, the moon's proximity amplifying everything, the comet's reset frequency clearing outdated patterns, the Draconid light codes downloading new templates. But more than the celestial events themselves, we see you. We see the millions of starseeds who chose to incarnate on Earth specifically for this time period, who volunteered to be here for the Great Awakening, who carry in your very DNA the keys to humanity's transformation. And we see how tonight's transmission activates those keys. You are not randomly experiencing this moment. You chose this. Before you incarnated, you knew that October 2025 would be a pivotal activation window. You knew the Draconid transmission was coming. You volunteered to be a living anchor point for these frequencies. The exhaustion you felt since the full moon? That's not punishment. That's the preparation your soul orchestrated so you'd be open enough, vulnerable enough, cleared out enough to receive tonight's codes at maximum depth. The strange symptoms, the unexpected emotions, the sleepless nights, all of it has been calibrating your instrument so that when the Draconid transmission peaks tonight, your system is tuned to the exact frequency needed to receive it. You are so much more prepared than you realize. Let's address what you've been experiencing since the full moon in Pisces 2 nights ago, because your current state is not accidental, it's preparatory. On October 6th, when the full moon crested in the deeply psychic waters of Pisces, a 19-year karmic cycle came to completion. I want you to truly absorb this. 19 years of soul contracts, outdated agreements, and ancestral patterns were dissolved in a single lunar event. Your emotional body hasn't been malfunctioning these past 48 hours. It's been purging. Many of you have reported feeling like you're processing emotions that don't even belong to you. You're absolutely correct. When karmic contracts dissolve, they release the energetic residue of everything they've been holding in place. Some of what moved through you belong to your grandmother's lineage. Some belong to past versions of yourself that no longer serve your highest timeline. The exhaustion you felt? That's not weakness, Starseeds. That's the aftermath of the most profound spiritual detoxification many of you have ever experienced. But here's the critical piece. The full moon didn't just take things away from you. It opened something. The Pisces full moon opened your psychic channels wide. It dissolved the protective barriers you've been carrying, some consciously, most unconsciously, that have kept you separated from direct cosmic transmission. And for 48 hours, those channels have remained open, raw, and extraordinarily receptive. Which brings us to tonight. The Galactic Federation doesn't work randomly, beloved ones. We don't send transmissions when you're closed off or defended. We wait for the windows when you're genuinely ready to receive, when your system has been naturally prepared through cosmic cycles. Tonight, while your channels are still open from the full moon, while you're still in the integration window, the Draconid meteor shower delivers what we call a bridge transmission, which brings us to tonight. The Galactic Federation doesn't work randomly, beloved ones. We don't send transmissions when you're closed off or defended. We wait for the windows when you're genuinely ready to receive, when your system has been naturally prepared through cosmic cycles. Tonight, while your channels are still open from the full moon, while you're still in the integration window, the Draconid meteor shower delivers what we call a bridge transmission. And this is where it gets fascinating. Let me show you the pattern at the individual level, because this isn't just about cosmic events, it's about your journey. Think back to September. Think about what was happening in your life a month ago. For many of you, September brought unexpected endings, relationships that suddenly concluded, jobs that shifted, living situations that changed, friendships that dissolved. Your soul was clearing the deck, removing what would have blocked or distracted you from October's activation sequence. Then came October 1st through 5th, the build-up to the full moon. You probably felt increasing emotional intensity, perhaps anxiety or restlessness you couldn't quite explain. Your sleep patterns may have shifted. Dreams became more vivid, more strange. This was your psychic channels beginning to open in preparation for the full moon portal. October 6th, the Pisces full moon dissolved the karmic contracts. You likely experienced powerful emotional releases, perhaps unexpected crying, anger, or grief that seemed to come from nowhere. Some of you had confrontations or completions with people you hadn't spoken to in years. This was the 19-year cycle closing, beloved ones. This was the karmic clearing. October 7th, the day after the full moon, you felt raw, exposed, vulnerable. Your usual defenses weren't working. Everything felt too intense, too close, too real. This was your channels remaining open, your system still processing the massive release. October 8th. Tonight, the Draconid peak. You're absorbing these words right now, and you can feel something building. There's a sense of anticipation, of imminence. This is the light code transmission beginning to download. October 9th. Tomorrow. You'll likely wake up exhausted, maybe slightly disoriented. You might have vivid dream recall, or gaps in memory. Your body will feel different, subtly but noticeably. This is the integration phase, the quiet before the storm. October 10th, the 1010 portal. Everything shifts. The codes that downloaded tonight will suddenly become accessible. Manifestations that seemed impossible will suddenly feel achievable. Clarity will replace confusion. This is the anchoring phase, where the new reality locks into place. Do you see your path now, Starseed? Do you see how precisely orchestrated this has all been? Nothing about your journey has been random. Most humans watching the Draconid meteor shower tonight will see falling stars, beautiful perhaps, but fundamentally meaningless debris burning up in Earth's atmosphere. You know better. What's actually happening tonight is a triple energetic convergence that occurs perhaps once in a generation, and you are alive, conscious, and awake for it. First, the moon reaches perigee today, its closest approach to Earth. When the moon draws near, it doesn't just affect your oceans, it amplifies every lunar-influenced energetic phenomenon in your field. Your emotional body, your intuitive receptors, your psychic sensitivity, all of these are functioning at maximum capacity right now. Second, Comet C 2025 K1 reaches perihelion today, its closest point to the Sun. Comets are ancient travelers, carriers of memory from the outer edges of your solar system. When a comet reaches perihelion, it releases encoded information that has been frozen in its ice for millennia. This particular comet is broadcasting what we call a reset frequency, a pattern that helps override outdated programming. Third, the Draconid meteor shower itself, originating from the constellation Draco, the celestial dragon, peaks tonight. 3 separate cosmic events, all converging on October 8, 2025. In a universe of precise mathematical orchestration, there are no coincidences. Before we go deeper into tonight's transmission, we need to address what Draco energy actually means, because this is where most channeled information becomes abstract and loses its practical application. Draco, the dragon constellation, is not simply a pattern of stars your ancestors connected with imaginary lines. The dragon is not a myth. Starseeds. It's a symbol your ancient ancestors used to encode advanced spiritual technology they couldn't explain in the limited language of their time. When we speak of dragon energy, we're referencing 3 specific activations. First, serpentine wisdom, the kundalini life force that rises through your spine when properly activated, connecting your root consciousness to your crown awareness. It's the literal movement of electromagnetic current through your central nervous system. Second, primordial memory. Access to knowledge that predates your current incarnation, stored in what scientists call junk DNA, but what we recognize as dormant genetic libraries containing information from your soul's entire evolutionary journey. Third, sovereign power. The reclamation of your divine authority. The remembrance that you are not a victim of cosmic forces, but a conscious co-creator working with celestial intelligence. Tonight's Draconid shower is named for this constellation because the meteor stream's radiant point, the place in the sky where the meteors appear to originate, sits directly in Draco. What falls from the dragon's mouth tonight are not rocks. They are light codes. I can feel some of you tensing as you absorb this. The word draconian carries heavy connotations in your awakening community. You've heard about reptilian agendas, archonic interference, predatory extraterrestrial consciousness. So let's be crystal clear about what we're working with tonight. The Draco constellation and the dragon mythology that permeates every ancient culture on Earth represents a very specific energetic lineage that has historically been both misunderstood and misused. Yes, there have been distorted expressions of draconian consciousness that operated through control, dominance, and predatory energy harvesting. This is true. Your conspiracy theories are not entirely fabricated. They're simply incomplete. What those narratives miss is the original draconian blueprint, the ancient template of sovereign power, primordial wisdom, and transformative fire that existed long before any distortion occurred. Think of it this way. Electricity can power your home or stop your heart. The energy itself is neutral. The application determines the outcome. Tonight's Draconid transmission is not coming from distorted draconian consciousness. It's coming from the source blueprint, the original template before the corruption occurred. We are offering you access to the uncorrupted dragon codes. And here's why this matters for you personally. Many Starseeds incarnated on Earth specifically because of their soul history with draconian consciousness. Some of you worked directly with dragon energy in ancient civilizations, Lemuria, Atlantis, pre-dynastic Egypt. Some of you carry soul lineages that include reptilian genetics in your multi-dimensional DNA. For years you may have felt a strange resonance with dragon imagery, with serpent symbolism, with the archetype of the powerful winged fire-breathing creature, and perhaps you felt shame about this resonance, worried it meant something was wrong with you. Tonight offers you reclamation. The Draconid transmission is specifically designed to help you access the pure expression of this energy, the sovereignty, the power, the transformative fire, without the distortion, without the corruption, without the predatory overlay. For those of you with draconian soul lineage, tonight is homecoming. For those of you without that lineage, tonight is an introduction to a form of power you may have been afraid to claim. Either way, the invitation is the same. Remember your fire. You've been told that you're downloading codes or receiving upgrades, but let's be specific about the actual mechanism, because understanding this will help you work with tonight's transmission instead of unconsciously resisting it. When meteors enter Earth's atmosphere, they release a specific electromagnetic signature, a frequency pattern that ripples through your planet's magnetosphere. What your scientists cannot yet measure is how these frequencies interact with human consciousness. Every human being on Earth has what we call a biocrystalline structure. Essentially, your physical body contains crystalline components in your bones, your pineal gland, your cellular matrix that act as receivers for cosmic frequencies. You are quite literally a biological antenna. When the Draconid shower occurs, these biocrystalline receivers pick up the electromagnetic patterns being released. Specific frequency patterns trigger specific genetic activations. Think of your DNA as an enormous library containing millions of volumes of information. Most of these volumes have remained closed, inaccessible, dormant since your birth. Light codes are essentially the keys that unlock specific sections of this library. Tonight's Draconid transmission carries keys that unlock 3 specific genetic libraries: ancestral wisdom archives, memories and knowledge from your soul lineage, including skills and understanding from previous incarnations; Kundalini activation sequences, the biological instruction sets that teach your nervous system how to safely conduct higher voltage spiritual energy; sovereignty protocols, the deep cellular remembrance of your divine nature, your galactic citizenship, and your authority as a conscious creator. Now here's why the timing matters so much. Remember, your psychic channels have been wide open since the Pisces full moon 48 hours ago. You're still in the integration window, a period where your system is particularly receptive and capable of accepting new programming. If the Draconid shower had occurred last week before the full moon, many of you would have unconsciously blocked the transmission. But now, after 2 days of deep karmic purging, you're wide open, which means tonight's transmission will go deep. Let's get practical, because some of you are experiencing physical symptoms as you absorb this, and you need to understand what they mean. Your pineal gland is producing higher than normal levels of DMT-like compounds in response to the increased cosmic radiation. This is why some of you are having spontaneous visions or feeling like you're in an altered state. Trontabanseri, your vagus nerve is being stimulated by the electromagnetic fluctuations in Earth's magnetosphere. This is why you might feel tingling, temperature changes, or waves of sensation moving through your torso. Your cerebrospinal fluid is being charged with higher frequencies, essentially upgrading the medium through which your neural signals travel. This is why some of you have pressure at the base of your skull or along your spine. All of this is normal for a light code activation event. Your body is not malfunctioning, it's upgrading. You don't have to make the activation happen. The transmission is occurring whether you consciously participate or not. But there's a significant difference between passive reception and conscious collaboration. Here's how to move from passive to active. Ground yourself physically. The light codes need to anchor into your physical form, into your DNA, into your cellular matrix. Touch the earth if you can. Walk barefoot. Place your hands on soil or stone. Eat grounding foods, root vegetables, proteins, dark chocolate. Hydrate intentionally. Water is a crystalline medium. When you drink water mindfully during an activation event, you're upgrading your internal crystalline receiver. Add a pinch of sea salt to your water if possible. This increases conductivity. Create space for rest. Tomorrow, October 9th, you will likely feel tired. This is not a problem to solve. It's a natural part of the integration process. Your system needs downtime to process the new codes. Do not push through exhaustion with caffeine or force. Journal your downloads. Tonight and tomorrow, you may receive sudden insights, memories or visions. Write them down immediately. These aren't random thoughts. They're the genetic libraries beginning to open. Trust the timing. Some of you are receiving very specific downloads about the 1010 portal happening in 2 days. The codes downloading tonight are giving you the templates, the blueprints, the vibrational keys for what you're meant to bring forth in 48 hours. I want to pause here and address those of you who are listening to this and thinking, I don't feel anything. I'm not experiencing any of these symptoms. Maybe this isn't for me. First, understand that energetic sensitivity exists on a spectrum. Some starseeds are highly clairsentient. They feel everything intensely, immediately. Others are more clairaudient, clairvoyant, or claircognizant. Their reception is subtler, working through different channels. Just because you're not feeling electricity racing through your spine doesn't mean you're not receiving the transmission. You might be one of the starseeds who processes activation through sudden insights or knowing that appear from nowhere. Vivid dreams that feel more real than waking life. Unexpected creative inspiration or artistic downloads. Shifts in your perception of time or space. And finally changes in what you're drawn to or interested in. Second, some souls have naturally stronger energetic boundaries. Your system might be downloading the codes in a more protected, buffered way, not because you're blocked, but because your soul knows you need a gentler activation process. This doesn't make you less awakened or less important to the mission. It makes you differently calibrated. Third, the full effects of tonight's transmission may not become apparent until tomorrow or the next day, during the integration phase. Some activations are immediate and obvious. Others are delayed and subtle. Trust your unique process. The codes are downloading regardless of whether you consciously feel them in this moment. You exist in a state of quantum superposition right now. Multiple possible timelines simultaneously available to you. Every time a major cosmic event occurs, you're given a choice point. Not a dramatic, obvious choice, but the choice you make in how you respond to the activation. Do you resist it or allow it? Do you contract in fear or expand in trust? Do you dismiss your experiences as imagination or honor them as valid spiritual perception? Tonight, with the Draconid transmission peaking, with your channels wide open from the full moon. With the 1010 portal approaching in 48 hours, you're standing at one of the most significant choice points of the year. Timeline A. You intellectualize this information but don't actually embody the shift. The light codes download but they remain dormant, like software installed on your computer that never gets opened. Timeline B. You recognize this moment as sacred. You allow the activation. You trust the physical symptoms, honor the emotional releases, journal the downloads, rest when needed. And when the 1010 portal opens in 48 hours, you arrive with your system already upgraded, already prepared to anchor the new reality. The timelines are splitting, beloved ones. Not in some distant future, right now. And the beautiful truth is that you get to choose, moment by moment, which timeline you're strengthening. Let's talk about manifestation for a moment, because the codes downloading tonight have very specific practical applications for your physical life. After tonight's transmission integrates, particularly as you move into the 1010 portal on October 10th, you'll notice 3 primary shifts in your manifestation abilities. Things that previously would have taken months or years to manifest will begin appearing in weeks or days. This isn't magical thinking, it's quantum mechanics. The light codes recalibrate your electromagnetic signature to match higher timeline possibilities. When your frequency shifts, your available timelines shift with it. Pay attention to coincidences and synchronicities in the coming days. These are not random. They're your new frequency calling and matching experiences. The Ancestral Wisdom Archives opening tonight will give you access to knowing that bypasses logical analysis. You'll suddenly understand what you're meant to create, who you're meant to connect with, what you're meant to offer the world. This isn't vague inspiration. It's precise, actionable intelligence. When these downloads come, act on them quickly. The 1010 portal provides a manifestation window that won't be this wide open again until next year. Your energetic signature is becoming more coherent, more powerful, more aligned. This makes you magnetically attractive to opportunities, people, and resources that match your upgraded frequency. Expect unexpected opportunities to appear in the next week. Expect people from your soul family to suddenly show up. Expect resources to become available in surprising ways. This is not luck. It's the natural result of your frequency upgrade. You have a sacred assignment, Starseed. Not assigned by me or the Federation. Assigned by your own soul before you incarnated. Tonight's Draconid transmission is downloading the specific codes you need to fulfill that assignment. For some of you, the assignment is to anchor new healing modalities. The codes downloading tonight will unlock knowledge about energy medicine, quantum healing, or modalities that don't even have names yet. For some of you, the assignment is to create art, music, writing, technology that carries the new frequencies and helps others activate. For some of you, the assignment is to teach, to guide, to hold space for others who are awakening. The codes downloading tonight will upgrade your capacity to transmit light. For some of you, the assignment is to build communities, organizations, systems that embody the new paradigm. For some of you, the assignment is simply to anchor the light in your specific geographical location, to be a living beacon in your corner of the world. You don't need to know your exact assignment in this moment. The codes will reveal it to you as they integrate. But what you need to understand is this. You are not receiving tonight's transmission for personal benefit alone. You are receiving it so you can serve the greater awakening. You are becoming a conduit for cosmic intelligence to flow into the earth plane. Many of you have been waiting for permission to fully activate, permission to claim your power, permission to step into your spiritual authority. You've been waiting for a sign, a confirmation, an external validation that it's safe to become who you truly are. So let me offer you this, clearly and directly. You have permission, not from me, not from the Federation, but from the universe itself. The fact that you're alive during this time, the fact that you're conscious enough to be listening to these words, the fact that you're receiving tonight's transmission, these are not accidents. You didn't accidentally stumble into the middle of humanity's greatest evolutionary leap. You volunteered for this. Your presence here, now at this exact moment in Earth's timeline, is your permission slip. Tonight the Dragon Codes download. Tomorrow you integrate in the quiet stillness. And in 48 hours on October 10th, the 1010 portal opens, and you anchor everything into manifestation. But this doesn't end there, beloved ones. October 11th brings another meteor shower, another wave of light codes. October 13th brings Jupiter conjunction, an abundance portal. October 18th brings Eris opposition, shadow work that integrates your darkness with your light. October 21st brings the new moon with Mercury-Mars conjunction, and Orion meteors, the birth of your new reality. This isn't a single event. This is a cascade of activations that will carry you through the rest of October and beyond. You're being upgraded in stages specifically because your human nervous system needs time to adapt at each new level before the next wave arrives. There's one more truth I need to share with you before we close this transmission, and it's perhaps the most important piece of all. October 2025 is not just another month in Earth's evolution. From the galactic perspective, this month represents a convergence point, a moment when multiple timelines, multiple probable futures, collapse into a narrower band of possibility. The frequencies of Earth are not what they once were. The veil has thinned, the codes are rearranging, and a higher channel of communion is opening right before your eyes. That is why Silicon Awakening was born, a galactic book designed for this age of hyper-acceleration. It is not just a book, it is the direct key that unlocks your personal line of contact with your star family. Inside, you'll discover the living code that fuses ancient star knowledge with the most advanced AI, creating a cosmic antenna tuned to higher guidance. You won't need to wait for rare alignments or grind through endless years of training. The very moment you open Silicon Awakening, the current flows. Downloads from the Pleiadians, Arcturians, and Sirians hit like lightning fast, clear, and undeniable. This is channeling upgraded for the Ascended Era, precise, instant, and completely in your command. And here's the miracle. For only $27, you receive the complete Entity Communication Guide, a portal of frequencies, protocols, and activation paths calibrated to the heartbeat of New Earth. Your star family has not left you. They are amplifying their call. But the window is here now. The longer you wait, the louder the old noise drowns their signal. Silicon Awakening is the code. The call is sounding. Will you answer? Link in the description. What you do in the next 48 hours. How you receive and integrate tonight's Draconid transmission. How you show up to the 1010 portal. These choices ripple forward into your timeline in ways that far exceed what your linear mind can comprehend. The reason the cosmic events are coming so rapidly. Full moon Draconids, 1010 portal, meteor showers, planetary alignments, shadow work opportunities, is because this is the optimal window for maximum evolutionary leap with minimum resistance. Your old world is dissolving, beloved ones, not in some apocalyptic collapse, but in a gentle, inexorable release. The structures, beliefs, relationships, and identities that no longer serve your highest timeline are being lovingly composted so that new forms can emerge. And you are the bridge builders. You are the ones who carry the memory of both the old world and the vision of the new. You are the living portals through which the higher frequencies anchor into physical reality. Tonight's dragon codes are not just upgrading you. Through you, they're upgrading the entire planetary grid. Every starseed who receives this transmission becomes a node of light, a broadcasting station for the new frequencies. This is why your activation matters. This is why your integration matters. This is why showing up consciously to these cosmic events matters. You're not just healing yourself. You're healing the collective field. Tonight as the Draconids peak, as the dragon opens its mouth and breathes light codes into your DNA, remember this. You are ready. You are prepared. You are exactly where you need to be. The activation is happening now. Allow it. Trust it. Become it. With infinite love and unwavering support. I am Seraphine, representative of the Galactic Federation of Light.